Today we're looking at password security, specifically the new 2020 guidelines released by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST as it's known, in conjunction with the FBI. Now, under the new 2020 guidelines, there's some common practices that they now recommend we no longer do. The first of these is setting minimum character requirements, such as an uppercase, lowercase, a number, and a symbol. Now, the reason for this is that research has shown that users struggle to remember complex passwords. As such, they fall back and use very commonly known changes, such as changing the letter L to the number 1 or changing the letter A to an @ symbol. This creates very simple passwords like Star Wars 1. The second thing they're recommending is that we no longer require our users to change their passwords on a regular basis. Again, research has shown that this leads to weaker passwords. Inevitably, Star Wars 1 will simply become Star Wars 2. And finally, they're recommending we no longer use hints or knowledge-based questions. This is due to the fact that quite simply a hint for you is also a hint for the hacker. So these are the things that they're now recommending we no longer do. What are they recommending that we do? Well, they're recommending that we use a minimum 8-character password. There's nothing new here, that's been around for a long time. However, they're also recommending that you allow up to 64 characters and also allow spaces and even emojis. The second thing they're recommending is that we limit the number of failed authentication attempts. In other words, basically the amount of times a user can put their password in incorrectly before the account is locked. Now, there's no hard or fast rule here, they're not providing us with a number. However, for our clients, we set it between 6 and 10 depending on what they're logging into, and that seems to work pretty well. Another thing they're recommending is that we allow users to cut and paste their passwords. This is simply so as they can use things like Password Manager more easily. And finally, they're recommending that we screen passwords against a known list of stolen or easily hacked passwords. Now, this is going to require some third-party application software. However, your managed service provider will be able to help you with this. So as you can see, and as we've stated before, security is an ever-changing thing. And research continues to show what works well and what doesn't. So if you haven't recently reviewed your password policies, we recommend you speak to your managed service provider. They'll be able to give you a full up-to-date detail on what is recommended and what global best practice is, and then assist you with implementing it. I'm Craig Boyle for MSP Blueshift Technical Tips, and I'll be back with another one soon.